Okay, so I want to share one of my bizarre stories today. um, Christmas. This is my oldest son. He's 24 now. I painted his room for a Christmas present. Um, I was always big on keeping him with like the things he liked, like his Pokemon, and he had like video games, and he might have been a little spoiled. He was my only kid, and I was told I was never going to have children. That my uterus was too scarred to have kids. So it was a really rough pregnancy with him too. Like I was in the hospital, fucking ridiculous amount of times. But yeah, you see, I feather painted his room on Chris. It was Christmas Eve. Everybody was gone, and I was painting. I had the room emptied out, and I'm painting, and I turn around, and there is a gold ball of light that was like the equivalent to a really big Pilates ball type thing. It was huge in the doorway, just chilling. I was like, yo, I'm painting my kid's room, and there's a gold ball of light just chilling in the doorway. And I mean a big ball. Like what the? I'm just standing there like, okay. Like, this is the shit that's happened to me throughout my life. Like just weird, random things, not consistent, just all out of the blue. Like wow. And then it moved towards the door and went out. It went through the door. And yeah, and I don't know. It was just one of those like if anybody doubts that I know what I know. Y'all underestimated the hell out of me because I know what I know. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've experienced it firsthand. Um, Now knowing what I know that um, I was intentionally blocked from having my gifts. Intentionally, it was an intentional block on my gifts. Um, because when I was little, maybe I scared people, which kind of makes sense. And I do honestly believe that our parents are doing the best they can with the knowledge that they have. Um, and that is like part of the teachings that I've learned. So I'm not really angry and I don't have the facts. So it makes it even harder because I don't really know what happened. All I do know for a fact is that there was a demon hooked to me intentionally to shadow me. And I don't know if it was to try to keep my light down so that I wasn't a target or if it was because of the things that the cult was doing with siphoning energy and um basically astrally trafficking people from what I'm gathering, sex trafficking people astrally, which is bizarre, but it can be done. I mean, I'm living proof. Um, I've had you know uh lower vibrational they called succubuses and whatnot that I've had them come at me, and I've had to defend myself. I'm not 100%, like I don't always know what's going on, but there's been times where I was woken up to it. Like, okay, yeah, not cool, man. But yeah, so I have a lot of different little stories. Like when the fairy showed up in the backyard, that was bizarre. And there was other people standing there. Nobody could see it but me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I can't say anything, obviously. There was these little balls, orbs of light, bright light, and they were all different colors. And they was winging through the yard, back and forth, round, round. And there was so many of them. And there's other people standing there, and nobody could see it except me. And I'm like, yeah. So anybody who thinks that I was like not aware that, the psychic realms, the spiritual realms are, like you were going to make me think that I was nuts or make me think that no, I've been doing this my whole life. I was born psychic. And that's basically what it all boils down to the point that people knew it and, they did what they did either for gain or to shadow me. Either way, I'm not really sure exactly how that whole thing transpired. MK Ultra, whatever. I got an uncle that was in the CIA that fucking protected the president, and my grandfather offered to have his father. Yeah, he's like, we got connections in the mob in New York City. If you need that man taken care of, you let me know. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah. I'd have lost my divinity right then and there. And I didn't even really know that at the time, but I've always been really good at following my intuition. So yeah, and then with this whole occult thing, I just found out about that aspect of everything, but it all lines up to the whole mind control, the bullshit they were doing with the drugs. And I do have a question though. If anybody I don't know if anybody would get what I'm about to say, but my mother used to send videos to our house every week. Yeah, my mom was a video pirate. She would fucking dub them. And she would send the kids videos all the time. My kids had like every brand new movie, Disney movie, Pixar, all that. But one time she sent me like a 2 hour documentary on mermaids, and it was just odd. How you pick up on them things that are just a little out of place, like why that? Because I never like showed interest in mermaids, but she was very wanted me to watch it. She was very on it that I watch it. I'm aware that my mother is most likely aware of everything that was going on back then, and that's why she was labeled with schizophrenia and all that. Because if you can make somebody out to look crazy, then they're not credible. And if somebody did something as god awful, audacious is what I'm gathering that's been done, you're gonna want people to not listen to them. You're gonna want people to not be like, yeah, no, that person's nuts. They're crazy. They got all kinds of problems. Blah blah blah. Which is all just a bullshit cover because there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. And that's why I was always guided to not talk about the things that happened up till now. Now it's fair game. I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, whatever. Just tell them whatever you want because it don't matter at this point. So I have no idea what that's all about. But yeah, so I feather painted my son's room. There's a very big, bright gold orb in the doorway. And yeah, not really sure. I do know that this shit has got to come to a fucking head though. Like I need it. I got some answers. Um, I'm not gonna say which one, but I gotta download a prophecy, whatever. I be maybe talking to people on the astral. I don't know. Um, and my uncle got his. This is what was told to my uncle. My uncle got his sister pregnant. I'm not gonna say which uncle. But right now, I'm pretty sure I got ops on both sides of the family. And all I ever did was love these people. Um, but if their secrets get out, then it's bad for them. Nobody cared about me. Nobody gave a shit how this was all gonna pan out for me in the end. Um, and yeah, one of my elders' cousins is the one that was with me. And they're telling me these things, and he's still here. And that's why I say I was telepathically communicating on the astral. But yeah, and he was being used back then by narcissists. He said by narcissists. He was being used by narcissists, and so but he was he wanted me to know because I've been trying to get answers and nobody wants to give them to me. I had to go and talk to a special person to find out that that my uncle strapped the demon to my back, which is just bizarre. Like, and basically, what I've gathered is that because it was something to do with the occult, that as long as that demon stayed on me and I stayed working and I stayed not prosperous and I stayed, then they were all gaining because they were siphoning my energy. And the minute that I got rid of that demon, that it became a problem because then I cut off I took back my power obviously, and cut them off for like the energy aspect. And I've been cutting cords for years, but this was like, I think their way of, you know, hacking my energy. They were hacking my energy. What kind of crap is that? They were hacking my mind. They were hacking my energy. They were hacking my devices. Yeah, it's some crazy shit, man. And you know what? I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Like these people don't understand that I was being guided by something bigger than them, a lot bigger than them, and they all their underhandedness basically. it's gonna bite them in the ass because I didn't deserve any of that. And now the fucking spirit realm's all pissed off. They mad. They mad as hell right now. But yeah, no. And I'm okay. Like I said, I'm good. You can't, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. How stupid is that? Like, well, maybe people shouldn't be doing dumb shit to children. But yeah, I remember the lady that said, "Look at her eyes," and it was like an adored thing, but it was also kind of like I might have freaked this fucking lady out. Like I don't know what the fuck she saw, but she was like all up in my like, "Look at her eyes," and I'm like, and that was when I knew I had to. I don't know, something about that was like I was supposed to be hiding. Like I was a kid, I was probably maybe 3 years old when that happened, and I was like, I mentally remember going, "I'm supposed to keep that hidden." Like I knew I was supposed to keep that hidden, and I was like, I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all think if anybody out there doesn't believe me, you're gonna find out, okay? Because this shit's all gotta come out in the open. Spirit realm ain't having it anymore. They done. They've had enough. Enough's enough. That's what I heard. And I was told to sit the fuck down. It's their turn. He said, "Sit down. It's our turn." I'm like, okay. I've been, basically fighting demons because they hooked a demon to me as far as like an energy. Somebody that knows a lot about energy, who's done the studies, that energy is going to draw the similar energies, the law of attraction. So if a demon is strapped to you, it's going to draw other demons to you. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm fighting these things off like regular, and and then you think they weren't whispering in my ear trying to get me to do every bad thing that they could get me to do, and I have to be, the light basically because I don't know this at the time. I have no idea. I have no idea any of this is happening to me. I have no idea that I've been under spiritual attack my whole life and I've been dealing with all of this. I had no idea. But I had spirit. I had spirit. And they showed me. I was on the bed. I was on the bed. I was asleep, but I was in sleep paralysis where you have sleeping and you can't fucking move, but you're awake. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Sleep paralysis sucks. I don't care. I don't care who you are. That shit sucks. And above me at the ceiling fan, there was a dove fluttering above my bed, fluttering, just hanging out right above me. And I know I got the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit's been with me, and that was years ago, years and years and years and years. Shit, we're talking over 20 years ago. So yeah, but yeah, no, I painted my son's room, and it was a ball of gold light. I mean, brightest gold light you could ever freaking imagine, just chilling in the doorway when I turned around. And I wasn't afraid. It just was like bizarre. We'll just say bizarre. But yeah. So I've had psychic abilities since I was born. They were attempted to be stopped. I have had a lot of problems and I have done a lot of work to get them activated. And I don't know, like something got to give here. How do you do that to kids and even adults? I mean, they terrorized my mother. I know they did. I know everything I know now. I look at her and I'm like, wow. So they was just sending her demons left and right to make sure that she never looked sane. She never looked sane. She stayed drunk. My mom stayed drunk, and I totally get that. But I broke out. I broke free. So, I don't know. But yeah, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is insane. Like, try to wrap your head around that shit while you're dealing with knowing your kids are being fucked with and hurt and fucking people are listening to everything you're saying. I did that on purpose. You try to deal with some shit like that. And you can still sit here and smile and laugh and say, okay, I'm gonna go paint my son's room because I just don't give a fuck. What can I do about it? Nothing. So why am I gonna put my energy into it? I'm not. I got better things to do, like paint a bedroom. Love my kids. Love myself. See what else Spirit wants me to do today. There might be something else we gotta do today. I'm not sure. I ain't heard no new news yet. No, I gotta get something to eat though. I haven't eaten yet. And I get cranky when I don't eat. I'm a normal person. I'm fairly normal. I mean, I get hangry. But anyways, yeah. Oh, and the other thing, children are born innocent for the most part. Okay, I ain't gonna say that, shit can't attach to you in the womb. But for the most part, children are born innocent and they are inflicted and they are projected and they are trained and they are conditioned to be whatever, whether it be good, bad, indifferent. I mean, this is all training and mind manipulation. Your parents condition you to believe what they believe. Your parents condition you to respond the way you respond. And you can heal it. I have. But the whole mind control thing is not as far fetched as it sounds. And it's actually declassified now, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, but yeah, I posted that on the community board today because that's what I woke up thinking about. So, and I will continue to be forward and say what I gotta say when I gotta say it about what I need to say it about. And anybody don't like it, well, that's not my damn problem. That's a you problem, not a me problem. So, anyways, yeah, but I love feather painting. Is it cool? It's awesome.